Aye, on the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I'm going to be honest with y'all for a little bit here. I didn't know what to do with House Bill 601. I certainly agree with the concept of it, unquestionably. And last session, I filed a bill that a lot of attorneys, both plaintiff and defense, disagreed with, and I refiled it again this session because the timelines on bad faith do need to be clarified. I say that full stop. And I really would like for us to get some clarification on the law. But having survived Hurricane Ida and seeing what it did to my friends, my family, I probably didn't know a single person, or very few, that weren't affected in some way by the property damage they experienced after Ida. I'll tell you right now, my dad, who is 79 years old, who came to Capitol the other day, he told me, son, he's never lived anywhere else besides home in Louisiana. He said, son, if it happens again, I can't go through it one more time. I'm putting a for sale as is sign in my front yard. And I'm moving somewhere else. I just can't do it again. And the hard part about all of this is I've been watching what we've been doing as a legislature, as a body, and we're trying to lower rates, and we should. I mean, that's, who doesn't want that, right? Lower rates for insurance. But what we did last time after Katrina, and what we did again, is we're throwing a bunch of little money out to lure really bad insurance companies to Louisiana to write policies that we all know on their face are a dead letter and a broken promise to the person who buys them. I just want to say that. That's what they are. That's what those insurance companies are going to do in the name of saving rates and reducing rates. I think we should always be having two goals in mind when we file an insurance, when we try to get insurance to Louisiana. One is to get the cheapest rate possible, and two, that it provides coverage when you need it. We can do all the one, but if we don't do the two, we're really just making our citizens pay money that they'll never get anything out of. It's probably the worst tax you can ever imagine to put on somebody because it's a heartbreaking tax. When you're looking at your house and there's nothing left to it and your possessions are all gone and you realize you've been paying 20 years into to a company who told you they would be with you when the times got tough, right? And so I can't, in good conscience, move forward. And look, I want to be also full disclosure. Y'all all know I'm an attorney. We do everything. It's funny, I get accused of being a criminal attorney. I get accused of being a plaintiff's attorney. I get accused of being every kind of attorney. But the truth of the matter is we really do everything in my small two-man law firm in Houma, Louisiana. But I will tell you, we do a lot of these claims. I know this process backwards and forwards now. I had one of the little lobbyists come up to me and said, do I need to explain to you what 601 does? And I was like, no, because I know it better than you. And I really do. And I didn't mean to be rude in that moment, but I know it better than anybody in the building because I lived it. I had 3 properties, my law office, another law office we own, building that we rent out, and my personal home that were all damaged by Hurricane Ida. I went through a process on all 3 of them. I'm going to give you one. I know I'm going long, but it's really important. We had one of our law offices where they sent out a field adjuster to come and adjust the claim. Nobody ever heard from that field adjuster again. Not me, not the insurance company, no one. Gone. He never filed his report. You got to ask yourself your question though. Whose responsibility is it that he did not deliver his report to the insurance company? Is it the homeowners? Does he have any control over that field adjuster? The answer is no. The only person who controls that field adjuster is the insurance company itself. And what I'm getting at is, if there's going to be bad faith, and I can't imagine what's more bad faith than not filing your field report after 6 months, that should be borne by the insurance company. What I'm gathering to is, the point I'm getting to is, there is bad faith. I see it every day. Every day. We had one constituent of mine who filed a claim after being with an insurance agency for 30 years and never been with any other insurance agency in her entire life, filed a claim, and they shorted her on her payment. And then when it got into litigation, they said, oh, no, here's your other check. We should have paid you the first time. But that's not new loss. We just discovered it. And then when you look at the photos of when they adjusted the claim the very first time, her house was gutted. So how could that insurance company do anything else than see it on the first time they laid eyes on it, because it was gutted to the studs? And then we had another one where it was gutted, and they said, well, you can't have a mold problem because the house has sat vacant for 2 years open, and therefore the mold is dead. And so now we can't even talk about our bad faith for not doing it on the front end. These are just a few examples. I had another constituent who has gone through, it's 2 years now, has gone through every summer and winter without a heater and air conditioner to this day. Still has not gotten her HVAC put in because she has not gotten enough insurance proceeds to put the air conditioner back into her house. These are just a small snapshot of what coastal life has been like the last 2 years. So what I'm doing is I really want to keep them at their word about what I believe is not changing the law. So I'm striking out the word willful. The standard is arbitrary and capricious. That is what's in every single Horn book. Adding willful, I would like to understand what willful truly means when you're talking about a multinational corporation. Did they have a board meeting and they decide that they were going to make this decision willfully to not pay the claims? What does willful mean? Who does that fall upon? So we're taking that out. The other thing that we're looking at is they're fixated on this written document which has never existed before in Louisiana law. It's not a clarification, so we're taking that out. And then that's basically the guts of what we're trying to do. With that, that's what the amendment does, and I'm sure we're going to object to it, but members, thanks.
All right.